Now that we've looked at the definition of literacy, we need to take a look at the state of literacy in Burville ISD. This graph illustrates that point. This graph is showing our students according to their reading levels based on the Universal Screener score, STAR Reading, for the end of the year last year. We did not include high school scores because the screener was given in May, and we were just not sure of the timing and the accuracy of those scores. So what you're looking at are the scores for grades 2 through 8. So in looking at this graph and the reading stages, anything below a transitional level, transitional is that lime green box, so anything below the transitional level, those students still have decoding issues. So decoding is our word attack skills, how we sound words out or look at parts of words in order to read them. So if you look at 8th grade, anything below that lime green bar, those students still have decoding issues. That's about 15% of our 8th grade students at the end of the year who are now in our 9th grade classrooms. Also, I want you to take a look at 4th grade. In grade 4, a student at the end of the year should be about at a fluent level. So that's about that turquoise blue color up there. So you can see by looking at grade 4 at the end of the year how many students are below that proficiency level at grade 4. So in our department at Teaching and Learning, we looked at the Tier 1 priorities. We tried to think in terms of literacy and how the priorities related. So we rearranged them. We didn't change any, we didn't add any. We thought about them again in terms of literacy. And so there's a focus. If you will look at math, it's the workshop model. Same thing for ELAR. When you look at social studies, integrating that with ELAR, or investigating those primary and secondary resources, all of those have a literacy focus. When you look at the Tier 1 priorities underneath, all of those fit and go back to literacy. So how do we improve literacy in Burville ISD? Well, there are 4 things. These 4 things will empower all readers and writers. We need to increase the volume of reading our students do. We need to provide choice in the reading material for our students. We need to model what readers do. And probably one of the most important things that will empower our readers and writers is to provide students with specific feedback regarding their reading behaviors and their growth as readers. So when we think about that last point on the previous slide about feedback, we need to consider each student's reading level. So how do we measure a reading level? Well, if you're in elementary, we use the Fountas and Pinnell reading levels. And at the secondary levels, we use Lexile levels, and those we get from STAR Reading. So to be honest with you, literacy is very complex and it cannot be precisely measured. So as I said earlier, our elementary campuses use Fountas and Pinnell, the reading levels A through Z, to measure reading levels. These are more accurate than a Lexile level. So then, what is the point of using reading levels to inform student learning? Reading levels provide the most direct clues into students' reading behaviors so that a teacher can provide that direct instruction A teacher can match books to readers and provide differentiated instruction through working with small groups. Also, it can help students find text to read independently. So it is true, reading levels are not the be-all, end-all for literacy instruction, but they are the best clues that we have when identifying how to support each of our students in growing as readers and accessing the content. So right now it's time to stop and reflect.